China, they have a problem, okay? Can anybody tell me what they think the problem would be in China? What problem would luxury brands have in China? Okay, fake, all right, that's I guess that's, actually, I don't think that's such a problem because I think that anybody who can afford luxury wouldn't be caught dead, okay, with a fake brand. But we'll talk about that later. Anybody else? Well, I think one problem is that luxury brands are very undifferentiated, all right? You've got so many brands that have come up. You've got Dior, you've got Hermes, you've got Gucci, you've got Bali, you've got Burberry, and now you've got Salvatore Ferragamo, you've got Dior, you've got Lagerfeld, I don't even understand that, Longchamp, Prada, Cartier. All of these brands that have suddenly come up, they're all very expensive, and Chinese consumers, 他们真的不能分别 ，OK， 因为他们都是非常新的，都是贵的，都是高贵的 ，OK， 但是他们是比较分别出了不来。So it's a tangled drop of litter, is what I say. All right, but here brand differentiation is in its infancy. All right. Now, why is this a problem? What do we mean by brand differentiation? Can somebody tell me? We'll make this casual. What brand differentiation means? What does that mean? Sir?
I think it's the difference between the value proposition of different brands.
The value proposition of different brands. Is that what you just said? Yeah. I think that's a very, very good answer. But it's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. That's a fine answer. That's exactly, I think, a good answer. Now, let me ask you a question. What's your name? Sorry?
Grant.
Grant? 你的口音是很美国学的啊，你的口音很美国的。我没说我这个是夸张的啊，美国佬他是没有品味的，对不对？我也是美国人。But why, Grant, okay, is our value propositions important?
Well, it's hard for me to answer.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to be putting you on the spot. Anybody want to tell me why having different value propositions is important? That's clear? Nobody? Yes, sir?
To be competitive, not to stand outside of the crowd.
Well, yeah, pretty much. To stand outside the crowd, because unless you have a distinct value proposition, you are not going to have a loyal consumer base, right? And when we talk about loyal consumer base, that means that we can sustain a price premium. And if we can't sustain a price premium, our profits go down. If our profits go down, the company becomes unstable. If the company becomes unstable, then we have social instability. 我们都意识到，玩笑保护金条，他们说和谐社会是非常重要的 ，OK？ 如果我们不保有这个和谐社会 ，OK， 我全21世纪是一个大的问题。So the secret of harmony in the 21st century is brand differentiation. Let's take a look at this chart. Now, this is for luxury cars, all right? Now, this is taken in both Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities, all right? And it's a study that was done, not so long ago, at the end of 2005. But if you take a look at Benz, BMW, Porsche, Rolls-Royce, and Volvo in Tier 1 cities, so this is Shanghai, and you ask consumers, what's the difference between them? They don't know. In the West, or in Japan, or in more developed economic markets where luxury isn't so new, or modern luxury isn't so new, BMW is a driving machine. Mercedes is glitzy and glamorous. Okay? One brand is very internal. The other brand is very external and projective. So here in China, it's just all very expensive. Very, very expensive. Now that's an issue because you cannot just sustain a price premium because it's expensive. So as a luxury market, it's huge. China's luxury market now is huge and it's growing. It's cluttered. So lots of brands all of a sudden in Plaza 66 or Honglong shopping center, they've all just exploded on the scene. But it's relatively uneducated. And when I say uneducated, I'm not saying that Chinese consumers are not smart, all right? But it has been a very short time since the middle class has become big. Right now in China, of course, there's 120 or 30 million people in the middle class. 10 years ago, there was about 20 or 30 million. So just imagine, in 10 years, we've had this huge explosion of the middle class. So they need to learn about brands. And luxury brands came even later, by and large. All right? So it's very needing to educate, not just about the difference between brands, but also between how brands get liked. What is a luxury lifestyle? How do you not be uncool when you have luxury brands? And it's slow to develop on a specific brand level. There are very few large luxury brands today in China. I mean, there are very few brands that have massive scale. And what do I mean by massive scale? In Japan, there is a statistic where 60% of women in households making over $50,000 per year have an LV bag.